Russell Jenson, owner of Bust Out, Colorado. Welcome on the Business Break.
Thank you, Ryan. Thanks for having me. This is great.
It's exciting to have you, Russell. I just love the name, Bust Out, Colorado, a mobile escape room for corporate team building experiences. Tell us more about the business and the industry.
Yeah, thanks. Gosh, it was probably 8 or 9 years ago when I opened the first escape room here in Denver when it was very new, and people were coming in over and over to just have that experience with friends and family. And as I started watching these people go through the escape room and try to get out through locks and clues and puzzles, I also noticed things around engagement, leadership, communication, time phase management. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting because it's a study of human behavior, but it's also what companies struggle with every day. So I decided to move away from the public sector and get in to start doing some corporate team building with the use of the tool of an escape room. And I made it mobile so I can come to organizations and spend time with them, evaluating their teams through a very unique tool as an escape room.
Very, very cool. And I hope the business is moving along these days as we emerge more fully out of the pandemic. Now, you say that this experience has a proven track record of uncovering blind spots, improving team camaraderie, and creating an unmatched team building experience.
Yeah.
With today's hybrid and remote work trends, is this needed now more than ever? And if so, why?
There's no doubt. With people out of the offices and things now, it's become a challenge for many people. You know, one of the things we've learned and that we really hang our hat on is in the escape experience. We know the value of people being having a voice, being heard, and having a chance to lead. You know, with all the virtual things going on right now, it's very difficult to be able to lean in, feel like a leader, feel like you're being heard. So that's kind of the beauty of the live experience of an escape room, which we do at Bust Out Colorado. It's just getting people together that haven't been together for a while, and just getting them to engage with each other. And they miss it. I mean, we see it over and over again, and just how much people miss being together.
Yeah, personal interaction. Now, along those lines, get this. According to teambuilding.com, among other stats, worldwide, there's been a 2,500% more organizations are investing in virtual team building. The U.S. ranks #2 in this trend. Employees who are feeling isolated, it reduces their productivity by up to 21%. Socializing between team members improves communications patterns more than 50%. And being familiar with your team improves performance over time. A lot packed in there, both I would say good and maybe not so good for a business like yours, or maybe all of the above. But what does that mean for Bust Out Colorado and the in-person team building experiences in general?
Yeah, absolutely. I just know in talking with people as we come out of the whole pandemic thing, they're just so grateful to be able to get together as a team, to have some fun. And again, with being mobile and having an escape room that can go anywhere, even though the offices are sometimes empty because the remote learning piece and people working from home now is kind of trendy, we have learned that we can still use their parking lot. We can show up, and they're just really itching to get together. And there's lots of different things that you can use, obviously, for team building to get together. And you see it more and more now, people coming out of the pandemic. But more and more people just really want to spend some time together. Um, and I think they're very hungry for that. We get a chance to provide that through a mobile escape room, and we have met companies, which is interesting. We're not going to the office, but we can meet you here, or we can meet you here for a couple of hours, and that has been something that has been a real trend for us. And it really validates the fact that people just really want to get back together again.
Yeah, I can't agree more. Frankly, look, I believe virtual settings have efficiencies and certainly have some advantages, but perhaps call it old-fashioned. I just believe that in-person interaction still is meaningful for
Yes.
building team, for building an effective and productive group of people who work together to get things done, to move the businesses forward, to support, provide services to customers. And so I have to believe that experiences like Bust Out Colorado, where you get people together in a fun setting and they get to know one another. They get to learn more about each other's
Yeah.
outside of the office setting has to be a real value add. And I would hope that you're seeing increased interest in demand from corporations and organizations in general, whether you're a nonprofit. We all have teams. And so I don't know, you want to elaborate on that a little bit, Russell, in terms of, are
Yeah,
you seeing increased interest?
yeah, thanks, Ryan. We, come out of this pandemic, as I mentioned before, people are hungry to get together. We do a lot of work with schools, people getting together now at the end of the year. School systems call us, and we're really, really busy with schools. And nonprofits, as you mentioned, are back kind of getting on track again now. But that thirst for that engagement, getting together again, has always been there, but it had gone away for a while. And I think people now realize just how much they missed being around others and spending time with them. And another piece too is with companies that are kind of getting back together now, they have lost some employees over the time in the last couple of years. And we have found that they bring us in now for onboarding to get to know new people within the organization that they didn't get to know before, kind of face to face, and onboard them through us.
I kind of feel like onboarding and reboarding, right? Because as more people
Yes.
come back to the office, like, we've kind of lost touch with each other in some respects. And so getting back in and that spending that time with one another outside of the office setting, the fun setting where we establish a little bit of trust so that we can more effectively work together has to be tremendously value additive, as I'll call it today. Russell Jenson with Bust Out, Colorado, wishing you and the team all the success and the very best in the months and years ahead. Thanks for coming on the Business Brief.
Thanks for having us, Ryan. I appreciate your investment in small business. Appreciate it very much.